This is my wife and my son. They are my audience in my video crew. Fire, sparks, fusion, strength, and heat. What do all these have in common? These are a few of the exciting ways welding can be described. What is the glue that ties objects in our everyday life together? More than 50% of U.S. products require the work of welders across different industries, according to On Nugu of Tulsa Welding School. Most things we take for granted have some degree of welding involved in their construction. For me, I took welding during high school and then proceeded to take welding during college, and during that I had received Hobart welding books for part of the class and pipe welding procedures for part of the class, and that's where I got some of my credible information. Welding is a very important part of everyday life. Although often overlooked, welding is found in or associated in everything from our toothpaste to transportation. My goal is to help the audience better understand its applications. Most people have heard of welding, but few comprehend the lengths and depth that are involved in the process. A simple explanation of welding is the action of fusing two plates together using an electrode with electricity or heat. Hobart Institute states, arc welding is a group of welding processes that produce a coalescence of workpieces by heating them with an arc short circuit transfer, metal transfer, in which molten metal from the consumable electrode is deposited during short circuits. Mechanized welding, according to Hobart Institute of Welding, states welding is welding with equipment that requires manual adjustment of the equipment controls in response to visual observation of the welds with a torch, gun, or electrode holder held by mechanical device. These are some of the things in everyday life that are welded. These are some of the welding processes, different welding processes. Welding is not something that recently has been discovered. It has been around since ancient times. According to the infograph, Welding's Fun Facts Statistics, the earliest recorded welds occurred in 3500 BC. The Bronze Age pictures of welding and their ancient tools had been discovered in long-sealed Egyptian tombs. Rand Paul points out that most pipe joints by welding units 50 years ago was joined with screw and threads or bolted flanges. Now they are all welded because they are more secure and less likely to fail. Not only has welding been around for many years, but we use it in many ways. Welding is an aspect of my everyday life and most people's everyday life because they come in contact with many things that are welded. Rampal states, welding joints in pipe also play vital roles in transportation of liquids, gases, and exemplified across the country's pipelines. Before a NASCAR, there is roughly 950 man-hours spent on welding and fabrication of each race car. Own Nagu. As I conclude, I want to relay how welding is a very important part of everyday life. Although often overlooked, welding is found in or is associated with everything from toothpaste to transportation. Although overlooked, the various purposes of welding are present. Most welds are hidden from sight, concealed in something or by paint, often products of everyday type of welding through manufacturing, handling, and transportation. I hope this will give you more understanding about the world we live in and function in. Next time you are out, please take a look around at some of the objects that you come in contact with and how they are manufactured, how they are welded. It might open your eyes a little.